All right, Schlockmeister fans, a little indie horror for you. This one is called MOTO PSYCHO. Let's check it out. Movie starts with a couple of cops
Something happened.
investigating a barn.
Better be ready. John Reynolds, Police Department. We have a warrant. We're coming in.
What they find is a headless individual. Is that Mr. Reynolds?
Is that him? I can't tell. Why not? There's no head.
We then go back in time 5 months, and we're hopefully going to find out what led to that headless individual in the loft. Is it this guy? Is this Mr. Reynolds?
The severed head was discovered earlier today behind us in this brush. Students and faculty are horrified as to the gruesome nature of this crime, and police are still unclear as to the identity of the victim.
Well, our guy,
I don't care.
Mr. Reynolds,
If anyone was to find out about this project, John, you have no idea what this means.
is getting
Dilemma? There is none, John.
instructions from the television.
Bring back that head. Go.
Now we meet a girl and her grandpa.
School's great, and I'm really looking forward to going to college. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go now, okay? I'll be back in like...
Okay, you want for that ride?
Yeah. So...
Be careful, now your father almost broke his neck the other day.
As the girl goes off into the woods, we're then treated to this guy, who I believe is Mr. John Reynolds. Although she runs away for a while, he's eventually able to catch her. And off with her head. And then the hunter dude comes upon her body. I guess it was a little unsettling for him. Well, Mr. Reynolds comes back to the barn up in the loft. He's got a body there, to which he is going to affix the new head he just acquired. As you do.
What's it look like? See for yourself. Jeez.
Back in the loft, Reynolds is getting some instructions from his doctor on TV again.
You've been well collected the parts for this project. Keep track of them. Keep them safe.
And now I believe we're getting a flashback. We get some history here from Mr. Reynolds. I believe this is his sister, Heidi. She has a motorcycle that says MOTO PSYCHO on it. And apparently an inattentive or drunk driver took her out. Ended her life. Our cop is doing some questioning.
Or I don't know. I know there's a little oddness about him.
time you saw him?
Johnny, well, actually seeing him, I haven't seen him for about 6 months, but I know he's up there because...
And some more questioning.
He can't talk too good. He got injured in a chainsaw accident 8 years ago, and he still can't talk good.
Well, I'm gonna check the area then, if that's okay.
Oh, it's okay by me.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Well, the cop heads over to that barn, finds some blood on the ground, takes a sample. Probably left from that head. It somehow appears that John has access to what's happening in the police station.
Yeah, according to the neighbors and Stewart, there's a guy that lives in that barn. Like a farmhand, a real hermit. Neighbors haven't seen him around in months.
John gets more instructions from the doctor.
That seemed right. But I know we must proceed. It must be him. It's a risk for both of us. But John, without this, we'll never know for sure. And I know you want to know.
Apparently John is trying to resurrect his sister. And he uses body parts to create a body to do that.
She was killed in a motor vehicle accident, hit by a drunk driver. She was on a motorbike. Reynolds was at the scene following her in a car. Saw the whole thing happen.
When was this?
10 years ago.
I believe these are now little snippets from that aforementioned chainsaw accident in which John somehow hurt his throat, or face, or both, and can't talk very well anymore. We learn about some secret government project.
The experimentation included subjects being put in a trance-like hypnotic state and then instructed to view and draw specific long-distance targets.
The doctor he's been listening to was one of the 3 doctors involved with this.
Soviet missile sites and nuclear weapons.
Potential future victim here. Reynolds in the window. He breaks in and the chase is on. Although she escapes for a little bit, it doesn't last long. So he takes the heart from that woman he just killed. And I believe that's the last ingredient he needs to add to his new sister's body.
Will bind to the tissue and regenerate at a cellular level.
Nothing dies.
Now the question, will it work? Computer says so. Well, sure shit. But is Heidi happy to see her big brother? And then she pulls his head off. Like brother, like sister. We've come full circle now, back to the cops. In the
Where's
loft.
head? I don't know. It's not here.
Well, where is it?
It's still out there. Whoever it is, or whatever it is, still out there.
She may have killed her brother, but she did keep his mask.
I am prepared.
All right, let's talk about MOTO PSYCHO, not to be confused with Motor Psycho, which is a Russ Meyer movie, which I have. This is MOTO PSYCHO. This is an indie horror film. This one actually came to me via the director himself. His name is Mark Gudsnuck. I'm not exactly sure how to pronounce that, but he's from Connecticut, and this was a labor of love for him. I think he wrote, directed, and did pretty much everything else in this movie as well. He was the guy who played John Reynolds, the guy in the mask in this movie as well. And he reached out to me and said, hey, could you review my movie? And I was like, send me a DVD. I'll be happy to. So here it is. This is a movie that, from what I read and what I understood, it was filmed between 2005 and 2011, filmed off and on in the Connecticut area, and involves a lot of his family members. Saw a lot of people with the same last name. I think his wife was in there, his father, maybe some sisters, brothers, I'm not sure, but there was a lot of people with the same last name in this movie. The plot is about a guy, the guy in the mask there you see, his name is apparently John Reynolds. He doesn't talk, because he had an unfortunate chainsaw accident which happened 8 years ago, which took away his, I don't know if his face or throat or whatever, but he doesn't talk too well anymore, said the older guy in the movie there. And his sister apparently got killed in a motorcycle accident. She was like parked on the side of the road, and then a drunk driver came and smacked into her. So I guess John is pretty upset by that, and he decides to try to resurrect her, and he's able to do that because he's listening to these, I don't know if it's tapes or if it's just some sort of weird broadcast signal he's getting from this doctor named Dr. Albright, who's was involved in this government project with a couple other doctors. One of the other doctors was named Reynolds, by the way. So maybe they were related, John Reynolds and the Dr. Reynolds. I'm not sure if that happened. I guess I missed that point. But anyway, he's receiving these weird broadcasts from this guy who tells him how to resurrect a body. And basically he's got to collect body parts and create a body, and that will bring his sister back to life. So he goes around killing people, and he collects their parts. We see collecting a head from this woman in the woods, and then he collects a heart from this woman whose house he broke into. He brings it back to his loft and puts the body back together. And then sure shit, the body comes to life. And he's all happy and celebrating. There, there's my sister Heidi. She's back. Then Heidi pulls out this like little spear or something she has, and she stabs her brother in the shoulder blade, and then she rips his head off and kills him. And then the last scene in the movie is she takes the mask that her brother's been wearing, puts it on, and then she takes off on her motorcycle, and that's how the movie ends. Throughout this film, we also had these two cops who were investigating the whole thing. There was like a plague of murders, obviously, with John trying to collect his body parts, and there were some severed heads and all kinds of good stuff. So anyway, that is MOTO PSYCHO. I looked on IMDb; it is on there. And this was the only film that, at least IMDb lists, that Mark was involved with. So anyway, I actually did kind of enjoy this film. Obviously it's very low budget. And again, it took many years to actually start and complete. But hey, Mark, you got it done. I envy you because I've not been able to do that. I'd like to have an IMDb credit, and I don't have one. So there you go. It's MOTO PSYCHO. Now, I do see this movie was at least at one time listed on Amazon. I'll leave a link to it down below. I think as of right now, the movie as a DVD is not available. However, you can stream it. So I'll leave a link to that DVD down below, and just go ahead and stream it. If you want to see some halfway decent indie horror, you can do a lot worse. Check it out. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. MOTO PSYCHO. Watch it. Bye.